All right.
I'm not ready.
We're here.
We're here.
Another day.
Episode 107 of Drinks with... Oh, wait. No, not Drinks with Drake.
Nice.
Did you do that on purpose? Or was
Kind of.
I see what you did there. I used to watch it. It was good.
Yeah?
No, it was not.
I was just being nice.
Drake was entertaining.
It's not like we're any better.
I don't know. I think we've got a pretty good cadence down. But anyway, today we got Mr. Timbo Beak, me, Tyler V at ZZP, Bo, and Al.
And Al.
Yeah, I was just informed we're supposed to talk about our summer plans, and I have not planned anything yet.
Well,
I mean, I've been here so long that my email is just Tim at ZZPerformance.
yeah, you don't even have a last name.
No.
It's just Tim.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are talking about, it's spring, technically, but we're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow, so that's
What?
unfortunate.
What?
According to Ashley.
Yeah.
And then I looked on the weather app and it just said rain, so
We'll see.
we'll see. But it's spring.
I feel like
we got a lot of
been right a
cars.
lot.
Yeah.
We got a lot of cars. We got some things to talk about.
Personal cars, ZZPerformance.
All
fleet
of them.
cars. Some of you would like to
Just
call
cars.
shop cars.
Yeah, shop car syndrome.
Wish I had one of those.
Yeah. There isn't any shop cars here besides the old Drag Sonic, really.
Drag Sonic, ATS, Grand Prix. We need to get a transmission in Matt's Grand Prix. I would love to see that thing come back out.
Yeah.
Well, it's got one.
It has
Yes.
a transmission.
He's got too many cars to race.
Well,
he doesn't
that
have
too.
time for that,
Well,
too. I
that-
mean, he's got the 2-liter ATS to race. He's got
An ATS-V.
another ATS to race.
Yeah.
His ATS-V and
If I were him, though, I'd still like to pull it out.
and
Like,
the
make
the
a pass
Vet
here.
and the C8.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's got that. He's
Yeah.
planning on turboing and making the first affordable turbo kit for.
Yeah, he's really a car guy, just way in and over his head with way too many projects.
like
Well,
us.
Kind of. Yeah,
Yes.
we're all there.
It's a syndrome, you could call it, I
Yep.
suppose.
Just need more.
Just need another one.
I'm just glad that I'm addicted to cars and not like cocaine or something.
At least you usually have something to show for it.
Yeah.
It might be more affordable if we weren't into cars. But,
Is it?
you know, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know what habit is more expensive, but
Yeah.
I know cars is better for our health
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
like shooting up heroin or snorting cocaine.
Serotonin from driving around a car is a lot better on your your brain.
That's probably pretty healthy.
Probably.
There's
I don't
got to
know.
be some cancer fighting things in that.
The
Oh, yeah.
body does take a major toll, though, when you're working out of a 2-stall garage and you're like, need to take a
Oh
transmission
my
out a couple times a year.
gosh. We are so spoiled to be able to use lifts. I was doing brakes on my sister's Equinox the other day, and I could not get any It's crazy how little leverage you have when you're laying on the ground or you're on a stupid creeper and you're trying to get some 300 foot-pound bolt out of a knuckle.
Well,
That's terrible.
Having a lift and then having leverage is definitely pretty
Oh, yeah.
magical.
It's huge. Ryan,
I'm
is
not as
my mic any better?
I'm not as familiar with the struggle, but I am also two of you. Because that's why I was kind of pondering as you were describing. Like, I never really had that problem.
Well,
Like,
you might have another problem that he doesn't have, like getting your hand to the thing.
yeah, because I got to go get him for stuff all the time.
I got the little baby hands that come in handy.
Yeah.
You can reach some things. So I guess let's start off with I don't know. Let's start with shop cars.
Shop cars.
Shop cars.
Well, the one everybody wants to know about probably is the old Drag Sonic. And that's the one Al wants to talk about, so
I have no idea.
we'll just get this out of the way, and he'll take up the whole podcast with it.
No, it's done already. That's
It's
it.
not done already.
No, I mean the explanation of my plan.
I mean,
that was it.
What's pretty funny, just in case there are people that don't know, is that they've been whooping the crap out of this car for like a couple years.
Yeah.
And they decide to pull this whooped out engine out, and they pull it apart, and it's not whooped out. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was cool, but at the same time, like, dang it.
Yeah.
I could have left it together.
I wouldn't call it not whooped out. It was just well seasoned.
It was well seasoned.
Well.
But it absolutely could have taken a lot more of abuse.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, the only parts that we broke were not factory and not ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But we went 10.9 last year, and we're just going deeper. We thought it was done, but it's not.
Yep.
No, it needs a proper finale.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Which we've talked about that here, and it's something that may not be quite as easy to understand for someone that hasn't pushed a car to a pretty far level. But you can end up in a spot where you just have a ball of compromises. And that's kind of where the car ended up. Not
Years of just additions. We've talked about it.
right. It's not for lack of knowledge or capability. It's just the rate that we are doing things and never expecting it to go as far as it did. So like every mod we did to the car, you only needed to get a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And it's all of those little bit mores, and then you have to come back around and bump each of those up, and you just end up with all these compromises, but you never have enough time to just tear the car back down and do it the way you want to.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we did this winter. Well, what we were supposed to do this winter. We haven't done. We got started.
We're closer than we've ever been. And
We are. Fresh engine, fresh trans,
Yeah.
fresh cage, fresh... Like we took the car stripped down and we're putting it back together the way we would have done it if the original goal was going beyond 10s.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference.
But like you said, progressing at that rate, we just never had time. It was,
and we were
crap.
having too much fun.
Yeah. Oh crap! It's the day before. What did we need to do? And so whether it was
And
wiring up something
I've had to change the transmission because he broke it the evening before a race.
Literally.
Like, that's how this car was. And I'm not saying that to yell at him. I've done that plenty. It's just to give you an understanding of like that was always how this car was. It was always chaos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And talking about fun, I mean the last time I broke the trans,
that was a rough one.
Thursday, I threw it in,
Thursday,
and I'm like, I'm just gonna do one little rip down the alley, and then it turned into 4, and then money shifted, and she broke.
So Tyler had a busy Friday,
I did.
but you did it.
I did it.
I hope Hudson never has to get the look that Tyler got from me. Because he was right outside the receiving door, and he had the window rolled down in the car.
And
we just locked eyes.
I was cheek to cheek smiling, and he's just like, boy,
Get your
what did
ass
you
inside
do?
right now?
But
Well, it didn't help because everybody hears the Drag Sonic start up, and then Tyler does a couple alley passes, and then you got half of the company outside. So he's just the encouragement's there.
I don't blame him at all.
The cameras are out.
so hard not to be peer pressured to put that thing on the limiter and pop some flames out the hood. I think that is the most fun I've had chasing any sort of number or goal in anything. I mean, it's such a rowdy and dumb car.
Yeah.
That it's a lot of fun. So, fresh engine, turbo setup as of right now is going to remain the same.
I'm still on the fence there. I don't know what to do.
I
Yeah.
think we go for what you want to do.
I'm leaning more towards that now.
Imported head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of airflow stuff. We're gonna move the turbo location, valve train stuff that Al's working on.
Yeah, because if to catch anybody up, we've had done
It's absurd that we did what we did.
Yeah, we had done a ported head. I mean, probably 4 years ago now.
Yeah, about.
But we just didn't have a turbo that had a low enough back pressure ratio to make any difference.
Right.
So now that we have one that flows really well and can clearly make a lot of power, we're going to see how much more power we can make.
Yeah. Find the next bottleneck.
Yeah.
Plus,
We're still running through a stock intake manifold. At some point in the near future, we're probably going to have to explore some intake manifold options.
yeah,
Yeah. We know it can hold the pressure,
Yeah.
but can it flow what we want?
Yeah, for those of you listening, a stock plastic Sonic intake manifold will hold 120 pounds of shop air.
yep.
They change shapes when you do it, but they don't. Knock on wood, it didn't blow.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and we'll clean up the wiring and just overall tidy it up There was always a certain touch the Sonic had to its rattiness, you know.
I have to say I am horrible at wiring.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a lot nicer. Like it's just gonna
not having a wire go directly across the charge pipe into the PCM that you had to take the charge pipe.
This is gonna be one of those times where like we took the snowball from Ryan and Bo's gonna be like, "You two go away.
Go away.
We'll
handle
make it
good.
Just give me the parts. I'll give you the keys when it's ready."
There we go. That sounds good to me. Let's see what other cars that are ZZP cars do we got going to the track this year? We got Matt's ATS.
Yep.
That's going to go deeper on the stock turbo.
Stock turbo shenanigans.
Yeah. 10s is a goal. That's all it takes.
After we just got done talking about how excited we were with the Sonic.
You just add a little more cubes and you're there on the stock turbo.
Darn you, displacement.
As they say, there is no replacement.
Especially in this case.
No.
And just a better drive line.
Yeah.
I mean, going from a manual tranny front-wheel drive car that came from the factory with 140 horsepower
Yeah.
to a rear-wheel drive car that, you know, is set up to have 400 to the wheels. I mean, it's a V8 drive line. Like,
yeah. And, I mean, we did a lot of work to chase 1.5 60-foots, and Matt went out last year and was cutting, 1.3s?
Yeah. On accident.
On accident.
Wasn't even trying.
So, let's see. We got
my ATS-V.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to run single digits on the manual tranny and stock turbos.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some plans there.
Yeah, why don't you learn how to drive?
It's on camera. It's been recorded.
Yeah.
We're pulling this out when it doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Or when you say, I don't feel like going drag racing.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm gonna do that. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to because drag racing is not.
We're going to have to corner you and start poking.
It's got to happen. The stock clutch can handle a 10.3. That's it. I don't give a crap what you do. It's going to handle like 1
Hold on.
pass.
Which is pretty impressive.
I understand your gripes with drag racing. Like, I'm being the responsible person. At this point in my life, like, I get it. We like different things. But that's like 5% of the track event.
Uh-huh.
All the other stuff we do there is the stuff you like. So there's no reason you can't convince yourself to come out more and get some more seat time in.
Oh, man, it's rough.
Now,
it's not that rough.
Just being in line, being hot, being in line, waiting your turn.
at least your car has AC.
Yeah, well,
And
not
windows that go down.
See, that's what's fun
Not that
about
you're gonna
going to
use
the
it.
events, like the Cletus and cars and stuff.
Yeah,
Because
the
when
big-
it's time to race, then we sit in line and we get it done. But then all the rest of it makes up for it.
Now, a Friday night test and tune at Martin, I will attest, that is really not fun.
Those are the if we have to nights.
Yeah,
Shake it down.
But like you said, Cletus and cars. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Or Streetcar Takeover.
Streetcar Takeover. I thoroughly enjoy that too. You're hanging out with your buddies. They call your class. You get up in line. You run your time. You park and hang out with your buddies until your class is called. That's fun. But it does require those darn test and tune
It does. You got to get
to get the practice.
Maybe
down.
we just need to get more people from here convinced, and then make the test and tunes fun hangouts.
Yeah.
Or just
At least you'd be a little less frustrated waiting through the line.
Uh-huh. Yeah, when there's only two of you, it can get a little...
If you and 4 of your buddies are lined up like end to end in line, and you're chit chatting while in line, then it's not so bad.
Oh, yeah.
that's actually one of the. We'll transition real quick into some of my race prep. I really want to do a slick on the Regal this year for many reasons. But like I'll actually be able to get in line with Tyler. You know, I'll be able to run the slick
Skinnies too?
line.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to try and do a 15 on the front. I got some.
Rears on the front and fronts on the rears. I like it.
So, but I'll be able to, we'll just be able to line up in the slick lane. We'll all be professional boys, just doing the drag racer stuff.
My favorite part about being in the slick lane in the Sonic
Yeah.
is just there's all these old G-bodies.
Excuse me, son. Excuse me, little child. You're in with the big boys.
What are you doing? And I'm like,
Oh, you're an angry child.
The thing is loud.
It is.
They make the joke all the time. They're like, oh, they're racing their Spark, their push car.
Yeah.
Why they're racing the push car, and then it runs faster.
Yeah. Yeah, or being around like some Scat Pack dudes that have got the bead locks. They got $3,000 wheel packages, and I was like, this costs $3,000. You want to go, boy?
Yep.
So going off you, Tim, you've got a couple Cobalts now, and a Sonic, and your ATSV. Yeah. What's the outlook for this year?
Chaos.
Well, it depends on if the wife's listening or not.
You just got to preface it with don't tell XYZ.
Well, basically, I'm got 4 race cars in pending, and it's get them all done, see which ones I like, and then sell off a couple of the others.
And then buy more and do the whole thing over again.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully, I love the base model, and I don't know why we haven't posted about it yet, but Randy's here, and he's working on
I saw him getting called out in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
He's working on some neat suspension geometry stuff, which we drastically need, because when I go to time attack races and my buddies that have a lot faster cars look at ours, it's just like, what?
Go on.
But he's here, so the base model is like the test car. You know, when we're doing crazy roll center and playing around with stuff, we're like, we need a car that we don't care about the fender in case it breaks. Well, that's why the base model's here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was doing a lot of research on roll center. I mean, it's surprising that it's never really come up with Cobalts, but again, we're kind of the lead. We are the leaders. But yeah, after doing all this research, I'm like, wow, how have we not done this before? And I don't know CAD and all that. So Randy got here, and I was like, make this, please.
I think you just said it.
Yeah.
Like the main guys at Road Course are like you and I, and we don't do CAD stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know that this is wrong, but I don't really know what to do about it. And then you go to the other guys here, and you're like, I need this. And they're like, yeah, well, get in line. And it's like, okay, well, the line is long, but, we just hired a new R&D guy.
Yeah.
So he gets to pick away at the line, and it actually gets, neat stuff gets made. And I mean, the Cobalt is already, Cobalt and Sonic, because the Sonic is equivalent, I think, at this point in my eyes.
I think so too.
Me too.
We're going to make those cars sweet cars.
Yeah.
Because they're already a great car out of the box with big red flag issues.
Yeah.
So when we
the fact that we've gotten this far with that.
Yeah. We're going to be able to maybe bring the Cobalts back. I mean, what a great car for the $1. You can go to the track and do really well on a road course.
Man, I was just, I think it's Cameron McInnes, was talking to me on Instagram. He sent me a couple Cobalts and a Ion Redline, and he's like, hey, do you mind taking a peek at these? And so I looked through everything, and I suggested one of the LNFs, and $9,000. And he's like, man, I cannot believe how cheap it is to find a 300 horse capable with just a tune car for under 10 grand. He's like, GTIs, WRXs, any other of the big mod cars that you can make decent power on are $20K. And you can find an LNF all day long under $10,000.
And to add to that, so let's say you find your $6,000 to $8,000 LNF. So that leaves you $2,000 to $4,000 to spend on it to track prep it. And I mean, number one thing is tires. Number two thing is brake fluid and probably brake pads.
Yeah.
And I mean, and a tune maybe.
Yeah.
A tune or an intercooler, and that's a very competitive car.
Very. I mean,
for under 10 grand.
Noah's LNF is just, man.
Yeah.
It's really hard to beat for the $1. Speedo, I hope we go back to Lapeer this year. Or Lapeer. What am I thinking of? Is that where we went?
We've been there, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Lapeer's a lot of fun.
Track. Yeah.
I don't know which event you're talking about. We had a lot of fun at a lot of places.
I would like to try Lapeer.
Lapeer is downhill, I think. So yeah, it's a quick track.
It's sticky too.
On the money days.
Oh, holy! Oh
my God!
Yeah, if we go to Lapeer, it has to be on the cash days. You're not gonna get many runs in, but dude, the entertainment,
the free entertainment.
You got the grudge racers.
Oh yeah,
it is so much fun.
Straight up inline, big schools of people around two cars.
Like it takes forever to get cars through because every time one does a burnout, the crowd fills in behind it.
And there are people making side bets, and it's
and you just
kind
of stand back about 10 feet and observe.
Like tens of thousands of dollars exchanges hands those nights. Yep. Crazy.
Yeah. So I would like to get back there. Hopefully we can make something happen, maybe in the fall with Sonic. That'd be cool. And if the Regal's not broken.
Yeah, really the plan is to just actually push the Regal this year at Streetcar Takeover, and if it lives, we'll keep pushing.
I think slicks are going to help you a lot.
Yeah, I'm really done playing around. And the Regal's always been the second best at everything car.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only because I haven't specialized it at all, really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really want to specialize some drag racing early on in the season, and then probably transition to more of a street car towards the end of the year because we got our Tail of Dragon trip that is I'll absolutely never miss again in my life. So, and the Regal absolutely did great there too. So, but yeah, gonna add a little bit of horsepower, gonna get the right tire on it, and make it lighter than ever, along with fuel. I'm done pushing the stock and tank pump stuff. It's just
you could do like a scavenge setup, like based on the stock pump. That would be cool.
Yeah,
like use your 100% OEM canister and then pump it to a scavenge tank with your BA pump. That would be sweet.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that one Regal that you showed me the other day that had that sweet fuel system set up on it.
He didn't have a surge tank, but comparable.
How about that Volvo though?
Yeah, shout out to oh my gosh, forget his name off the top of my head. Bad Brick that popped up today.
Yep.
Yeah. Neat car.
3800 swapped a Volvo wagon with equal length turbo setup that sounded really cool.
Yeah, it did.
It sounded really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This year could be a pretty good drag race year. What other cars are drag racing this year?
I'm going to have mine on the quarter.
Okay. Because you're kind of toning down the
kind of
top
funny
speed stuff.
That first poll he put up, the Honey Badger and Cobalt won the poll, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's really just us three drag racing, I think.
So
Badger, Sonic, and Regal.
To go ahead and break
Matt
all of
Meekoff,
you guys'
obviously.
hearts out there, I will not be doing half mile in the Honey Badger this year or ever again. It's just crossed the point of not being worth the risk. But that just means I'm going to go ahead and put that much more into the quarter mile in the streetcar takeover roll races. Cause ever since that car's been back together, I've wanted to do the streetcar takeover roll race event. Cause I think that's where the car could really
shine.
Cause I was doing well at the half mile stuff, but I don't have the resources that I would like to do it what I would think would be the right way. Like the amount
safety stuff.
That's the biggest thing. Is the amount of money that would have to go into the safety equipment for me to be confident pushing it to 200. It's not worth doing in that car. Now on the quarter mile, there's concrete walls and a sand trap. That makes things a lot easier to work with. I'm still going to add some to the cage and probably get a better chute because the chute I have now is more suited for a gentle half-mile shutdown.
Yeah.
So the car's not done by any means. It still hasn't ever been at 100%, and I'm not going to stop until I at least see that once.
I think what you're going to enjoy about quarter mile racing mostly is the pressure's not on.
Yeah.
When you have one or two events a year that you prep so hard for, that when one thing goes wrong, it's absolutely down the drain.
I about lost my mind last year.
But when we're just 30 minutes down the road at 131 on a Saturday morning and something goes wrong, it's not a bad day. It's still a good day.
Now I'm still going to be at the half mile. Because I know there's some customers that have signed up for this year's, and I have a lot of friends that I've made through that network that I'm absolutely still going to support the event. They're so much fun.
Oh yeah,
we will be there. If you guys want to go, we will be getting an Airbnb and having a crew go down to the half mile event, even if we don't have a car running.
And you know how nice that's going to be
to relax.
To relax.
Yeah.
but
I enjoy half miles.
What did
like,
your
I
car
enjoy
trap
that.
in the quarter mile when it ran its 10?
Mid high 140s.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So like dang near king of the bakery material, dude.
And what's cool
That was
Saturn Ion.
That was 300 horsepower ago.
and he's got that really cool traction control in his.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
And
It's a cheat code, man.
and he hasn't done a ton for like quarter mile traction yet.
No.
Like that car has more in it. Like
Oh, it
you
has
can
a
hear
lot
the
more in
traction
it.
control doing a lot of work, giving up a
my,
lot of power.
my quarter mile prep was a stock bumper and slicks.
Yeah.
I changed the rear springs once, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of gains in, getting, maybe not even the 60 foot as much as the 330.
Yeah,
time down.
That 330 specifically is where I was hurting because I could get an okay 60, not great, but I could do 1.7s.
Yeah, that's respectable.
I could do a good enough 60 that I should have been able to get a better quarter.
Yeah.
And a lot of where I was missing was in like the 330 and down.
Another Ion, maybe my old Ion, like whooped that 60 foot, right? Was it like a 164, 165 or something?
It was down
like
there a
that?
bit.
All right. Sonic still got you beat, but
Yeah. Nah, no shame there.
So Ion,
That's
better catch up to
Tim's
my
still
Ion.
clinging on the one little record.
That's what I'm looking for too.
It's
160
like a
Regal.
15-year-old
'Cause I've been
record.
I've been stuck at the 1/8 on a street tire. You just can't.
Oh, yeah,
1/860 on a street tire.
street
is all
tires
ever.
silly.
You know, your trans won't mind. Just put it in neutral and redline it, and then just
just
that's
drop
how you
it.
that's how you get that good 60.
Talking about your traction control, I never thought I would geek out so hard about how cool
Traction control.
your traction control is.
Especially looking at the data log.
Oh, I know. You can see the wheel slip. I know, because every single car you get into that has factory traction control, you just go off.
Yeah.
And that's it. Then you're done.
Mine makes me faster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that's
is
cool.
Weird.
That's funny. Bill Kish, when we were at Streetcar Takeover, ran a pretty good time with traction control on accidentally one time.
Oh, yeah.
Then we just tried it for a couple times. It was pretty much 6 to 1, half dozen the other, but
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible.
So this year could be a pretty good year.
I think it will be.
So I've got ATS-V, you've got Sonic, you've got Ion, you've got Regal, Meekoff's got a couple cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to
Probably
drive.
mostly the 2-liter.
Yeah.
So this year could be a fun drag race year, and like most of the reason I don't like going to the drag strip is because of like what you mentioned before. Like if it's just one or two of your friends, it's torture.
Yeah, it
But
can
if
be a
there-
bummer.
If there's like 5 ZZP cars going, like I'm gonna go just by default. Like while they're all going, and I'm gonna have FOMO, so I guess I'm
Yeah.
going to the track. And,
Yeah.
Well, actually, would that be every platform car? If we had Meekoff there, that'd be every single platform car at the drag strip. That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic,
That's
Delta,
neat media.
ATS, ATS-V, 3800.
Heck yeah.
Slingshot.
Oh,
Kyle-
Ecotec.
Kyle actually likes going to the track.
He does.
And he got some really nice rear tires for the 4-wheel kit that we haven't even tried yet.
Yeah. He'll
Oh,
be
I
there.
forgot he got those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I with 2 wheels.
With 2 of them wheels, and I think we should build him some kind of weight rack.
Yeah, he's gonna need something.
I think
back there.
we just need to quit playing around and put some weight on the back.
I mean,
of it.
ZZP's got 2 slingshots too, so I mean, we could throw his old drag pack on the other slingshot
Yeah.
and run some times in that thing too.
Yeah.
That
That-
could be a car that somebody could just bring just to drag race for
That
the day.
orange car is a lot of fun.
yeah,
It is.
Or yeah, whatever you call them.
yeah.
I still don't want to be
Slingshot.
seen in it, but
we
it's fun.
we got a tire for it. Got an
Nice.
R888R for the back of it,
Okay.
and doing a couple things. What do you?
Is
what do you want?
that the daily tire?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Cool.
Yeah, we
I
have
could use it.
I pulled out one of Kyle's old JMS wheels with a slick on it that we can put on it too.
Nice.
Perfect.
It's got some options.
Cool.
Good deal.
That thing, I mean, I took it, my son and I took it buzzing around, and it was fun for, 30 minutes.
I like it. I drove it home one day. It was like the hottest day of the summer, unfortunately, but I drove it home one day, threw Sarah in it, made her ride around in it for probably 45 minutes, an hour, and I like them.
Erica absolutely loved
If
riding around in that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, the last time your car tried to go down the quarter mile, you didn't make it to the end. And so an F40 is going to make it from the start to the stop point. So by default, it's going to help your quarter mile.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how that works.
Yeah, there is no, if you have the option and you're really looking to go fast, there's no way in hell I would stay on an F-35.
Now, if somehow they were both made out of unobtainium and you were comparing the performance of them, maybe the 35's lighter, but the power potential gap is so grand that it's...
I broke like 3 F-35s a year racing the Ion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm amazed that was it.
It is crazy. I tried drag racing mine and Tyler's old Ion one day.
That didn't end well.
Leaves so soft. So, like, I leave from a stop sign harder, and that thing would still break the trans. Or chatter the wheels.
Yeah.
Tires.
In full track prep, it's a little better. Like, my fastest time was ran on our, 24-inch slicks?
Yeah, 24.5.
Yeah, the 24.5s, like the little baby little guys.
Yeah.
I think that
Which
was
that's
kind of
what I want to go to in the Sonic.
Absolutely.
And then change the final drive.
Yeah.
That car ran pretty well. We had a crappy clutch in it back in the day.
Speaking of, we should probably put that order in.
Okay.
One customer that I want to call out, Gnaw Garage there, that's Adam Wagner's brother. And my brain is smooth, and I completely forgot your first name. But anyway, he has a LE5 swapped Cavalier. And he's
I was thinking about that car this morning, actually.
He's going hard in drag racing, and he's only got an eighth mile around him. But it's...
it's really nice.
Yeah.
I saw it at...
you guys saw it at Tail of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And he's got... it's turbo, obviously. And then he's got a sweet... air-to-water intercooler system, and last time at the track, he like he said, 1.7 360 foot, and Nick, that's right. Thanks.
It is a very race car.
Oh, it's a race car.
Like, it's gutted completely, but it's a very clean gutted.
Mm-hmm.
Like he.
I'll have to check this out.
He gutted it and then like detailed it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, not just take everything out and leave it.
Yeah.
It's
like everything has its place. If it doesn't have a purpose, it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like super cool, clean, and it has Bart wheels on it. I'm a fan of those.
I remember him from Tail of the Dragon last year.
Yep.
Neat build.
Definitely neat.
It definitely was like, it got my attention.
That was my favorite car we saw down there. I was like, I need to find the owner of this and pop the hood right now because this looks neat.
Oh, yeah, but Nick, tell your brother to actually do something with his cars and not just put them in the garage and leave them there forever.
Yeah,
please.
Loser.
Thanks. But outside of drag racing, obviously me and Tim's favorite is road course. And every time. I obviously have too many Cobalts. You have too many cars. I'll start with you on your Cobalts, because last year you were running the base model quite a bit, and now you have your LNF. Obviously, we need to get to a point of getting our LNFs good and drivable. But what do you think? You think you're going to stick with the base model, or you think you're going to drive that LNF?
I think, my thought is that I'm going to end up transitioning over to the sedan LNF like really quickly, but the idea behind the base model is having a slow car that you have to drive fast, so it gets rid of the variable of power. So we're going to, Tyler and I are going to use that car as a test bed for all these suspension parts. Also, it's a cheap car, so if a roll center ball joint fails and we wad up a fender, it's like, all right, I just go get another red fender from a junkyard.
Yeah.
It's not a car show car.
Yeah.
The sedan will end up getting all the final best combo that we come up with parts, and then that'll be the really cool sleeper. I just love that it's a sedan Cobalt.
Yeah.
The attention Noah gets in his going to race events, it gets a ton of attention, and especially I really love that platform. That platform is amazing. It looks like normal traffic. But the car is really fast on a road course.
Yeah.
Ferrari's giving you point buys fast. So, that's the goal, is to race the sedan. And then the Sonic is a backup car, potentially better suspension already. But but that car will probably be the one that I keep.
Yeah.
Like, I'll probably get rid of both Cobalts, like, maybe next year or something. And then the Sonic will take over as, like, full race car. Mm-hmm. And you guys, what's cool is I can learn from you guys on the drag Sonic on, like, where the most weight is to remove and, the most gains from it. And then, like, put it on a diet and time attack the crap out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been really impressed with the Delta 2 or Gamma chassis. Why did I say Delta 2? That's Cruise. We haven't done it. We should take the Cruise to the.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because I've been saying that we need to do that for a day.
Yeah.
Whatever the Cruise record is.
That was the weirdest fucking sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Sorry, I never swear on the podcast either. Like I am so flabbergasted right now.
Yeah, I'll circle back because Gamma 2 is wrong one.
Yeah,
the Cruise we need. Let us know what the Cruise auto record manual, the Cruise overall quarter mile record is, because we're going to take it this year.
I think so. Jeff McGovern up in Canada, he has been chasing it. It's some other guy in Canada that goes to Naperville.
If Jeff gets it, we can't take it. We let Jeff have it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've seen some of his comments in this podcast. I'm taking it.
But I think it's a 13.2.
Okay, so about where the Sonic is.
Yeah.
The Auto Sonic. Anyway, it's on our list of things to do. All that car needs.
Oh, there he is. Bing bong.
Literally, all that car needs is a tire and some weight taken out of it, and we should be able to do it.
We're working on some torque converter stuff.
And some torque converters.
Torque and converters.
But yeah.
You guys ever want to do a bunch of learning and still not know anything? Research torque converters.
You get done and you're like, yeah, I know nothing.
Yeah, you watch along with this video and you're like, this all makes sense. Like, I know exactly how this all makes sense. And then the video ends and you're like, what?
Someone asks you to explain it and you're like,
I
don't know.
don't know.
I don't know.
You and I on a slow day need to actually go out in the parking lot and commit to playing with it because I have ideas. It's just I don't have an auto 1.4.
Yeah.
So like if you and I are just like we're gonna go out in this parking lot because I already have a very good idea of what we need to do.
Yeah.
And it's just all in the tune. It's not a hard part thing. It's just nothing I've had to do. Because if you put a V3 on an auto Sonic, you can launch it 20 pounds of boost at a standstill.
No problem.
So you put the Z04 on, and now it's like, it's, like my Sonic probably would with the overbore engine and the higher compression. But like a 150,000-mile engine with a Z04 on it probably doesn't have enough to
get it
pull full spool at a standstill.
Well, that's what's cool about our Cruise is it is stock with a Z04. It's as a customer would build.
Yeah. I do have an idea that we might be able to do this.
I'm sure we can improve on it. I'm still hopeful to get some hard part gains as well, too.
Yeah. We could just pick up on the Cruise build series, tack it onto that.
Yeah.
The more looser, the
Cruise
better.
build hits the track.
That would be cool.
Because I did a spool tune on the LTZ before you guys put your hands on it way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I had the turbo spooling like ultra fast. And then I just like forgot about it and then just never did anything with it again.
Yeah.
And I hear you guys talk about the autos now launching, but I don't drive one. I don't drive an auto one. Mine's a manual. So
I always thought the blue Sonic launched dang good.
If you have 4 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, it pulled 1.860 foots every single time without a hiccup.
No, the lag we're talking about is more so
Street
pulling out of a
drivability.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Or taking off from the light.
Mm-hmm.
If you have time to sit there, we can get decent boost up on the two-step.
But we just looked it up, and I have it saved here. Let me pause. But the blue Sonic last year, 2 years ago?
It was last year, very early spring.
Yeah, that went.
No, it was
2 years ago.
2
Oh
years
man,
ago.
and that
Fall.
tune is way out of date too.
Oh my gosh,
It was like a week into the Z04, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I raced it, and then we put all the stuff right back in it at the racetrack, and you drove to Indiana that night.
Yeah.
yeah,
right.
13.3 at 101, and that was October of 21.
Okay.
So it's been a couple years, so we'll want to get that car back out.
Goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, we've come a long way in 2 years with 1.4 tuning, so
Yeah.
that car is easy in the 12s
Yeah.
as it sits.
As it sits, yeah.
Yep.
Cruise feels strong.
Do we have a drag pack for that car?
We do. It's old.
Okay.
But it works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that needs to happen.
It's a 17 with
and
a
that car,
Hoosier.
you have your Regal to race, so we need to rally a troop, and they need to race the Cruise on
Hickman.
Yeah, I mean Hickman's got his own Gen 2 Cruise to race too.
Yeah.
So
God dang.
he'll be. We're doing LE2 stuff.
Yeah.
I know we keep talking about LE2. We promise we're gonna release parts. It's just we have to test them.
The release of LE2 stuff is gonna hit harder than some other platforms have.
yeah, it's great
Meaning,
because
we've gotten better at taking our R&D patterns and applying them into the newer platforms, and we've got a really good head start on the LE2 stuff. So once things actually start hitting the website, get ready to tech out alone.
Yeah, just
Yeah, it's going to be all at once, not a little bit of here and there.
I apologize. I keep saying please be patient, but please be patient.
Yeah.
yeah,
We promise it's coming, and it's gonna probably flood the website. Like everything's probably gonna wrap up about the same time because we're doing it all at the same time.
yeah, which is great. I mean, Alex has been heading up most of that project when it comes to a fab and
He's
actual
been
hard
under
parts.
he's been under a Gen 2 Cruise hood for like a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
But he's got like a whole handful of the normal projects already almost ironed out.
Yeah.
I mean, just to let a little bit out, I haven't seen anybody ask questions, but I mean, we've got exhaust, we've got intercooler, we've got intake, and we've got a big turbo already on cars right now, like working. Well, the intercooler's not. I don't want to lie. Like the intercooler is like next week's project.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But the other parts are done. They're just like in that stage of like,
It's not ready to release yet.
CADing and CNC mandrel bending, design, and the Gen 2 Cruise, Mike Atwell. But yeah, it's in process. It just takes like a couple months, like realistically, like a couple months to 6, 8, 9 months at times.
Yeah.
From like initial design of part to actually putting that part on the website. And
Yeah,
like we got to do
'cause-
it right too, because like we've learned a lot of hard lessons, like ATS-V downpipes. This lesson hurt bad. So a couple other vendors made some ATS-V downpipes and they sucked. So we come out and we make ATS-V downpipes and we fix the problem of that car sounding like total garbage.
Yeah.
Sounded like a 3800 Grand Prix without our ZZP equalizer. So we fixed this, but we couldn't produce the downpipes fast enough. So what happens is everybody's like, we need these ZZP downpipes. We can't produce them like nearly as quick as we need to. And all the other competing vendors are like, just jumped right on and just copied us to the T.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden now we have, 2 or 3 other vendors making that part that we, ZZP, did the design on.
Yeah.
Luckily, in that case, we ended up making it better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
With
made it better
with the
again.
exhaust.
Yep.
We were in your V today, and every time I get in that, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
boy, this
Yeah,
is
like
good.
between our ATS-V catback and downpipes and ZZP 3800 equalizer, like man, the last couple of years has been pretty good for improving-
noise department.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Jason, I would like to take the blue car to the drag strip, but I don't know.
Don't.
No, you don't.
I'm too committed to A, the Sonic, B, road coursing the blue car,
Yep.
and then C, in the back of my mind too, now that the Camaro's got a bigger turbo on it, I should take that to the track too. So it's just, trying to carve out time. There's
It's like why would I take my Sonic to the drag strip?
Yeah.
Serious. Like,
Yeah.
why would I?
Yep.
Just to potentially break it and cost me a bunch of money? That's
maybe
not
I'll
what the
just
car was
throw a
built
blower
for.
on my car.
Like, unless you're
that
gonna,
would be cool.
unless you're gonna chase after Jason,
That would be so disappointing.
or the other dude, unless you're gonna chase after them, why?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And we know how much Jason's put in to get his car where it's at.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
And,
I know. That's his area of expertise with the Delta car that I'll leave him to, and we'll handle turny turn stuff.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
But I guess on my note, I have the LNF and the LSJ. The LNF is too janky right now to really make any sort of informed decision. But
we're still making it a running, driving vehicle.
It runs, it drives.
With headlights and blinkers. And
I forgot about the headlights. Dang it. Anybody want to buy some broken retrofits for a Cobalt? Because I just need to throw them in the trash. But, yeah, I was reminded today, we did another install video on the blue car, because I thought the blower snout bearings were going. And then the other day I pulled the car in, and I'm working on a big 3-wire kit for the Cobalt. And I pulled it in, and I took the blower off. And when I took the blower off, the belt was obviously loose. And I grabbed my tensioner pulley, and I could go like that. I went, oh, that's the noise. So I did the install video today, and I got our adjustable tensioner on, and so that'll be coming out soon. And I fired it up, and it's just like purring.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Finally.
This is my car. This is my car. And I've got the new Sparco seat in, and
oh, cool.
yeah.
I gotta check that out.
Oh yeah,
you guys in your seat game this year I should just pull the trigger.
I hate it because I don't fit in any of them.
Bo,
you gotta get a seat.
And you customers, race seats, like, they are so underrated.
They are.
Like, oh my gosh.
I think I'll bite the bullet. And
You know, what do we have?
The Sparco Grid Q.
Grid Q. That's good for a 190-pound or less person that wears like a size large.
Yeah, I think it's up to 38 waist.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No?
I wouldn't say that. Like a 34 waist probably. I had Sparco Evo 2 or Evo Ls.
Oh,
and
yeah,
those would fit out.
Yeah.
The Evo Ls, that is like the bigger boy seat. That probably fits up to a 38 waist, like, comfortably.
Yeah, the big boy seats Mike had, those were comfy.
Oh yeah. His Corbos.
So I mean, you could, but I do stress, make sure to buy a seat that fits you.
Yeah.
If you're small, get a small seat.
Yeah, if
you're
it's the
big,
wrong
get a
seat,
big
you'll hate it.
Yeah, but I obviously haven't even been out on road course yet in that seat, and I really like the stock LNF seats. That's a nice seat, fits me, small boy, pretty well. But I put that seat in, and immediately was just like, oh,
Yes.
this is a race car now.
I remember I went to Tail of the Dragon this last year with Bo, and I was like, I will not come back here without race seats in this car. That was like the one thing.
Especially that car.
Like,
It's got the best seats that they had.
yeah.
Which wasn't very
Which
good.
wasn't very good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about my Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, Bo, well, actually, yeah, the Regal seat is even worse than my Sonic seat. That's not an insult, but like race seat, it's so cool. And once you sit in it in your own car, it will blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a special little pocket that I can find underneath the dash of the Regal to put my foot up into. It's like where the carpet ends and where some dash bars start, and my foot just goes up in there, and I grab the wheel, and we're riding, baby.
That's your setting. That's how you hold yourself still as a...
Some random hole he wedges his foot into.
I do the seatbelt. Freaking.
Yep.
Yeah. The
Pull
seatbelt
myself
tug
into it, and
The seatbelt tug is crucial.
Ooh.
So you made your own dead pedal, basically.
basically.
I like, even though it's not the same style like what you guys talking about, just the seat that's in my car and the fact that I put it in position for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like it's awkward climbing in over the cage and getting around the steering wheel, but then you drop into it
And
it's just like poof,
You're
like
in this
I'm
cockpit.
I'm in my cockpit.
Yeah.
Everything is fit to me. It is great.
Ryan said, Bo, do 4 race seats in the Regal. How cool. I don't think you could get them over the hump in the back, but...
Cletus has 4 Kirkies in his oh my gosh.
One of his cars?
His police interceptor there.
As he should.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks pretty cool. But I would never do that. I'm totally going to be the guy that just does one because my girlfriend doesn't want to sit in a race seat. And
Ryan, Derek, fight us, but
I don't
one
want
race
to
seat,
buy
that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too costs more money.
I don't have her sit in a couple race seats. I'm gonna get my race seats in the Sonic. You take my Sonic home, and have her ride in it.
She'd ride in anything that was in there, but
She'll probably feel safer in a race seat.
Yeah.
Well,
Race seats, like they are.
I know we've talked about that. How like actually the Regal's at a point where I do need to focus on making it more comfortable for the passenger too. Because I rode it in at Tail of Dragon as a passenger. It's not fun.
Your passenger doesn't have a steering wheel to hold on to.
Thankfully, GM did put a no shit handle in it, but you're like pulling it off the ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, how many vehicles?
You need to bolt a set of dirt bike bars to the dash, like the side by sides.
Yep.
Like our friend Todd with his dune truck has this roll bar, and he's got crap handles like in it to hold yourself.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So like his are at the sides, so you don't break your face on them in a wrong kind of accident.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about. Like seriously, especially if you're gonna like take the girl to Tail in the next trip. Like I would have race seats at least, and maybe some kind of harness.
Yeah.
Like the goal for my Sonic is to have a roll cage with harnesses and like that. Like that's the car I'm planning on racing. Like I want to race the Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, it needs a roll bar and harnesses.
It was only a touch off of a Z06 last year, C7 Z06. So.
Yeah.
And eventually, I'll just keep calling that guy out, and he'll keep beating me. And one of these days, I'm gonna beat him. I'm Z04 now.
Yeah.
I'm probably 50 wheel horsepower.
Yes, Ryan Derrick. I know Kirkies suck. I'm doing Sparko seats.
Ryan,
Sparko.
You put Kirkies in the drag cars.
Yeah.
You don't put it in a car that you're going to drive around on the street. Although, our Jegs Kirky in the Sonic isn't too bad.
I was gonna say
With
the right sized one.
Yeah, we could have gone down. Well, I think that was the only size they offered. I'm a little
Well,
floppy
I
in
needed
there.
to be able to dyno it.
All right. And
You just gotta put 2 pairs of pants on.
So, race seats. They give you confidence.
Mm-hmm.
They're safer.
Less fatigue.
They're lighter. Like, they look cool. Like, you already got a racing steering wheel. It's a touch point. I love touch points.
Yeah.
A cool shifter, a cool steering wheel, and a cool seat. Like, it's like it renews the love for the car.
It does.
It's like
really
one of the
does.
best things that you can do
Well,
to a car.
the biggest thing that I fight with in the Regal too, sometimes I think I sit too high.
Oh yeah.
That is
yeah,
probably
that
the
should
most.
that.
That is probably the most
See, it
frustrating
gets
thing you
me.
could ever have in a vehicle is when you're sitting too high.
Kirky's lighter.
Well, that's
True.
for most of you guys. That's the problem with the HHR. Is you
Yeah.
sit too high.
Kirkies are great for the drag Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're in it for, I don't know, a couple minutes, start to finish. But I would never run a Kirky in a race
street car. No.
Like, no way.
I would.
No way.
Actually,
I'd
your
probably not like
your
it.
comment on your fake dead pedal that you make with your foot is why I don't think I could ever road course an Ion because I don't have dead pedals.
Yep.
It's
That's
just-
why he still won't manual swap the car, because he's got something to actually use his sissy foot.
It's funny. It's either in my imaginary dead pedal, or it's hooking the brake pedal. Like my left foot will hook the brake
Go
pedal.
under
sometimes.
it? Really?
Yeah. Probably not ideal for any circumstance, but when you're trying
Probably
to
not
see
ideal.
it, it's fun.
If you don't put a race seat in that car, I'm going to call your mom.
My mom's probably watching.
Bo's mom.
Wait, like those
You
cool,
have one?
like those
Gold is
cool
here.
Travis Pastrana pedal videos? We just do another Regal and you
It's just Bo putting his foot on the wrong side.
Mike, we're gonna need 2 GoPros, one from in the dash, looking down to find the pocket.
Pulling the brake backwards doesn't make you faster. Like, this isn't some 4-year-old Hot Wheels stuff. Oh, man.
Picking up on the brake pedal is kind of like pulling up on your hair to see if you're lighter.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying for brake purposes. I'm just saying for
I know.
It's good. Say whatever you want there, buddy.
We're running with this
2
one.
race seats.
All right. One race seat.
Hey, look, a Kirky.
I know.
There it is.
Tim, every time he's like, take that thing home. I'm like, I don't want it.
No, you should take that and make like a drag seat for it. Like it goes in, it's fixed.
Yeah, like find
Drag
a set
day
of
only.
find a set of stock sliders and get it all mounted up to those, and
Oh, not a bad idea.
that'd be an option.
They still got plenty of Prixels at Weller. We can go get you a set.
Yeah, we do.
Speaking of, I should probably go parts hunting this weekend.
Well, we got 5 minutes left, so anybody in the chat, if you got any more questions, I saw one person mention ZFRs. We cannot get them fast enough from Borg Warner. Like, they cannot provide us with them fast enough for us to sell them. So whenever they send us some, they'll be back in stock. But unfortunately,
out of our hands.
Yeah.
It's a great turbo, but you know what? So is the Z57 and the Z54. I'll just say it.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Zell said this a long time ago, but it was in the middle of a longer conversation. He was asking about compressor surge on the Z04. The Z04, I mean, the turbo is capable of flowing more air than that 1.4 can flow at a low RPM, so that is an issue. However, like, it is a flow thing, so like your combination of flow can improve that dramatically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like
we've seen that on the in-house cars.
Yes, I have seen that before, but like my personal Sonic does not do it. But my personal Sonic has our cams, has our valve springs, it has all the flow mods that we sell, and it does not compressor surge, not even a little tiny bit. So it is possible to fix that. And Drew, you can tell Brooks that no, I do not dye my beard. If I did, it wouldn't be white.
A touch of gray.
That's probably what it is. Tim's using touch of gray.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they make dye that's called touch of gray.
Well, you can tell mine's real because the white hairs like stick out more than the
Further,
black hairs do.
yeah.
It's something weird. I don't know.
It's like my one white eyebrow.
I don't look. Homeless people don't have custom Drag Sonic shirts. I'm comfortable.
Ryan, we like Kappas, except they kind of suck. I mean, they're fun, but they kind of suck.
I want them to be cool so bad.
It was an intern project. There was no way
Like,
that it was going to be good.
I was full bore Team Kappa for like 4 months, and I kept trying to convince myself, and I just
Double A-arm suspension, LNF, rear-wheel drive. It's the perfect combo, and then you go to drive one, and you're like, oh.
all the soft tops are falling apart.
And you want to know? And I have to say, like I hated mine. I hated mine so much.
You did.
Fully modified it,
But
and
it
then I
was fast.
sold it.
It was
But
fast.
that car was ridiculous on a road course.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So, like, yeah, I hated driving it, but when you go to a race, you win with those cars.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's not with some stupid LS swap.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need an LS swap.
That's silly. But I think with a person more appropriately sized for a Kappa, like if I had bought a personal one, then I think I would like it.
Mm-hmm.
It is weird, like even getting out of our ZZP one. I get out and I'm like, why is it so close to the ground?
Why do I have to step up to hit the ground?
Like I get it, it's lowered. I get it, it's a sporty little car, but like you get out and
You're like, it's right here.
You put your hand on the ground to get out of it.
literally.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, but we have our in-house Sky. We're going to continue development on it. Me saying it sucks is silly, but we will work on more parts this year. We've got hopefully some drivetrain, drive line improvements coming. Bo's going to polish her up nice and get her looking good. And
Yeah, we're gonna do some new tires on it here. We got some drivetrain parts to shake down.
Yep.
And Randy's working on some cool stuff for some airflow.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on
some boost.
Airflow is
some
needed.
chassis stiffening for the car. Something to keep the rear end like in one piece in the car. Like we're working on a bunch of stuff for the Kappa.
Yeah, I'm glad we picked it back up.
Yeah.
Our coilovers are amazing for it.
They really
we
are.
really nailed it on those. And yeah, it's an LNF, so it's got plenty of potential. Oh, and yeah, Randy's working on those ZFRs that we said we'd do forever ago.
Yeah. So we'll have a ZFR turbo for the Kappa chassis.
Ryan,
That'll be big.
you've asked this before. We have a short shifter. It is on the website for sale. Go buy it. Just stop talking about it. Go buy it.
But then what's he going to ask you on the podcast?
Oh, that's true.
Brad, my meet is April 1st.
Tim just needs an unlimited class car. Yeah, I have that. I'm just waiting for Al and Tyler to be done with it, and then we're gonna take the Drag Sonic and make it the Time Attack Sonic, and then, woo, good times.
¿Por qué no los dos?
There's no way we could road course that car right now. There's no way.
When you guys are done.
Someday.
So it doesn't get parked out in the back 40 like the
And
two-tone
lost,
Cobalt.
yeah.
Poor two-tone.
No, we're going to run this one into the ground one way or another.
Yep.
All right. We're after 5. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Nothing exciting.
Is there an F1 race this weekend?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No,
Hopefully there is.
I
Maybe
don't know.
not. Maybe some F1 over here.
I am selling one of my snowmobiles to a really good guy out of New York, and then I'm turning around and probably wasting all that money on another Buick Regal that I found.
Yeah. No F1 race.
But the Regal, they probably won't check out. It's a little bit of a beater, and I can't tell what I want to do with it yet, but it's really close and a really good deal, so I just got to go look at it.
I understand.
The dude's like,
I get it.
The dude was like, the thermostat stuck open. I'm like, okay. He's like,
It's right on top.
I know, and then he's like, it has oil, but the low oil light's on. I'm like, okay.
It has oil. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I have both of those things to fix in the garage. And then
You can fix both of those things in his driveway and then drive it home.
Well, he's like, well, but the thermostat's stuck open. I'm like, so what's the problem?
Yeah.
They're like $7.
No, they're $199. I think $299, $499. I don't know. They're
If
cheap.
that.
Exactly.
Oh, but yeah, maybe we'll see a build series for it. Maybe we'll see.
Ooh.
I don't know.
No.
Winter beater.
I would love to see a
I
build
don't
series
know.
personally. But
I don't know, the Moose. I
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
fix the Moose.
Yeah, just daily drive it. Don't do anything with it. Just daily that
he
thing.
needs
And then
the second
Moose.
one for when the transmission breaks in the first one.
That's true.
See?
Transmission's been pretty good.
Except for when it
Yeah,
broke
because the
last.
car don't run.
Oh gosh, Al, be nice.
The 4T65 is not that bad. It really isn't that bad. It's better than a F35.
I would probably say it's better than
There's
an
someone
F35.
out there that thinks it's a good transmission, and I'm just doing my part to counter them.
Yeah.
Man,
That's your cosmic karma.
Yes, that's my
for the day is
balance.
you still cannot beat how quick those cars are and the fuel economy they get.
So
I know.
let
That
me-
is
let
still
me-
a very
It is
reliable
for a
Absurd.
four-speed. Yeah, it's
Let me present my. Us four have talked about this a little bit around the shop, and then we'll get out of here. But we want to spend. What did we say? $5,000 and build an LSJ, and we want to spend $5,000 and build a 3800.
Mm-hmm.
That includes buying the vehicle for $5,000 is total budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make 5 quarter-mile passes in it, average that total. And we make 5 road course laps in it and average that total. And then we name the winner. And then, when we're done, we sell the cars to you guys.
Yep.
I think this is quite possibly
It's
the greatest
gonna be
idea
awesome.
we've ever had.
It's an idea.
We'll
in
document
its
the build
infancy.
series. It'll be a full build series, how we spend the $5,000, where we go and get the car.
Uh-huh.
Heck, maybe I just acquire the car this weekend for it.
You found it.
Potentially.
All right.
What do we call
Don't tell Erica. I'm on the look for another Erica. Oh, that sucked. One more time. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. With that, we'll call it a day.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
bye.
tuning in.
See you guys next week. Peace.
See ya.